So we start out believing or finding my true self, relating to others, and relating to the higher power. We learn how to, that's the foundation for mental health. We, are, we have mental health crisis because people are like fish without water. They are no longer connected with their soul. They are no longer connected with people. They are no longer connected with God. Their soul is starving. Their brain getting bigger, bigger to explode. Their soul is shriveling, starving, unnourished, ignored. So Frankl talked about the unheard cry for meaning. Deep down, we are crying out. What is always, us mankind are very successful, but they still have this nagging inner torment or meaningless. Because I say, because you are a spiritual being as well, not just somatic, physical, not just theological, but you also have a spiritual dimension. So a part of education has to cover the spiritual dimension as well. So meaning dealing with the spiritual dimension. So during the adolescent stage, they began to learn, began to search for the existential questions. Well, young adult like you guys, trying to get established, trying to establish your career, establish your home, your own. It is a battle. You succeed, you fail, we are able to compete with the guys better looking than you are or smarter than you are. So during the young adulthood, there's also a conflict. So that's why at the time they learn the importance of partnership, of finding lifetime friend, royal partner, working together for a project bigger than what can be handled by one person. So in a virtual world, it's more important than ever to treat people with genuineness, with one's heart and soul. No playing games, no fakeness. Brutal honesty, authenticity. And those things, say things from one's heart, from depth of one's soul. So you forge lifelong partnership as a basis for future development.
Right.
So in the Middle Age, all my life is half gone. What is my bucket list? The things I need to do in order not to regret. People begin to think about how to redeem themselves. You know, what's his name? McAdam talked about the redemptive life. Both in the Middle Age, try to redeem themselves. In the Middle Age, they have their regrets, they have their mistakes, they have said things harshly to people that they didn't mean to. They have hurt somebody they never meant to. And there are things they need to do, that there are things they all want to do, but never the guts to do it. So in the Middle Age, they began the time of life review, evaluation. So it's not too late to make changes. You're never too old to make changes. So in middle age, it began to turn inward, not just fighting in the world, but began to turn inward, become the interior reorientation, evaluate the moral landscape, the whole life, review their life. So then it began to shift from self-enhancement to self-transcendence. So that's a shift going on in the middle age. Because in the middle age, you can expand. Yeah. But self-expansion, self-enhancement will end one day. So you have to be compensated, balanced by transcending time and space, transcending all physical and mental limitation to be in touch spiritually with the higher power, with the future, beyond death. So that made the middle age more hopeful, right? So that's the hope. But you need to switch from self-enhancement to self-transcendence. How to transcend your own limitation, how to transcend time and space limitations, how to get in touch with the transcendental values, which are invisible but very important in life. Okay? Now in old age, in my stage, I'm thinking about myself now. In old age, it's all about self-transcendence. I don't care about how many people publish. I don't care. I really don't care whether people recognize me or not. I'm going to die pretty soon, right? I can die tomorrow. I don't want to scare you, okay?
Don't scare me, Professor.
Honestly, I'm an 85-year-old man, can drop dead anytime, right? So I don't want to scare you, okay?
You're scared me.
So my mindset is just about you guys, about the future generation, about my grandchildren's generation. How can I make this world a kinder, gentler place? That's my main concern. So in old age, it's still a battle. The battle between good and evil, it still goes on. You can be a grumpy old man and bitter old man. You can choose to be either bitter or better. You can either choose resentment or gratitude. You can choose to sit down and wait to die, or choose to continue to develop yourself. That's why Frankl said that you can develop meaning until the last breath. Frankl talk about ultimate meaning, and I talk about ultimate happiness. The ultimate meaning and ultimate happiness is always beyond reach, but it's always there. We can always approximate, we can always get closer and closer. So in our old age, we are getting closer to the ultimate meaning, ultimate happiness. So therefore, I die happy. Fini, I'm done.
That entire thing, I mean, you just walked us through basically an entire journey, Professor Wong. I feel more prepared for middle life and older life now more than ever.
I'm closer to the ultimate meaning, ultimate happiness. So I'm happy.
Yeah,
See?
good.
I'm happy. Okay.
You're not going to drop dead at any time, though, Professor Wong. You can't say you're scaring me.
Okay, I understand. I don't want to give you nightmares. Okay? You talk. You just talk to a dying person. I might die anytime.
Okay. Well, listen, Professor Wong, thank you so much. I really
Okay.
appreciate it.
Bye bye. Thank you for listening. Okay. Bye bye. Bye.